I'm obsessed with this, man. Okay, I need to show you this. That's another rant. Anyways. Alrighty, I'm gonna start with this vlog with saying, what the fuck kind of drugs Liz write in this book that made me so addicted to it? I need to backtrack, okay? I need to backtrack just a little bit. Before I had my Kindle, I was mostly reading my books, if I didn't have them physically, through audiobooks. And I want to say probably early fall of last year, where I was listening, because this was like on my to be read series of the Windy City series, and haz de cuenta que when I started listening to Mile High, the first book of this series, because obviously I'm the type of person that reads it in order, I was probably like 3 chapters in, and it was interesting, but I just got lost because of the narrator. And it's no hate, okay? I don't know if anyone else also goes through this as they do, like for me, but the narrator has a lot to do with how I get invested into a series or a book, period. I want to imagine these people, or like I imagine these people when I'm reading it or listening to it, vice versa. And so if I'm over here listening to you while I'm cleaning, while I'm doing whatever, and trying to get invested into this world, but your voice ain't cutting it, I'm just DNFing the book so quick. I have done that to probably a good 4 books this year that I've been wanting to read, and I haven't been able to find it on Kindle now that I have my Kindle. And I've been like, okay, well, they're in audiobooks, let me listen to them in audiobooks through Spotify, and tampoco. No, not even that, guys, not even that. And it's so heartbreaking because the story is so good, like the storyline, what I've read, the preference and everything, and I'm so excited, but then the audiobook is what just takes me out. Any hoosers, I had been wanting to read the Windy City series for so long, and I wanted to start it in like the fall time. That just gave me that vibe, and unfortunately that was not happening last year. And so early this year, when I had purchased my Kindle, at that time I was reading other books that got recommended by my sister, which is the Cora Riley's Mafia series, and I was reading those religiously. I say religiously because I was reading them back to back. I was trying to get into another series. I was reading the Pumpkin Spice series because they had just released the newest one, and I was reading that, but I was listening to it more than reading it. Any hoosers. I came across a fan cast of the 3rd book, which is Caught Up, which is Kai and Miller. When I tell you, these 2 people have been like, I've been fans of them in their separate genres, and for them to be paired together as a fan cast for that book when I was reading it got me so hyped for it that I was like, okay, I need to pick this book up and I need to read it. I know it's not the order that I shouldn't start it, but I need to. And so they had casted David Cornsweet as Kai, or fan casted I should say, and then fan casted Emily Bader as Miller. And I was like quite literally obsessed. Like I was like, wait. And so I started reading the book, imagining them. Again, I didn't listen to the audiobook because it wasn't available on Spotify. It was only available through Audible, but I had already purchased my credit for another book, so I couldn't really do that book. That's a sidetrack. No, I don't need to talk about that. But literally was so invested in this book. Like I could imagine these people, and I was like, no, literally that is him. No, literally that is her. Like that's just her persona, vice versa. Like I was so invested, and not only was I falling in love with them 2 and their character and their storyline, but as well as Kai's brother, which is Isaiah. And I was like, bro, this man, I was like, sexy motherfucker, truly. Like I was like, bro, what the fuck. When I finished Caught Up, because I read it so quickly because I was obsessed with it. I literally started right along, quickly play along, and I didn't have anyone in mind because there hadn't been a fan cast that kind of drew my attention where I was like, yeah, I see them. Like, I was reading it and I was like, no, I don't see them. But I was just like, but if he's David Cornsworth's brother, I'm looking for someone that, or I'm imagining someone's as hot as him, you know? So I was like reading it, I was invested in it, finished it, obsessed. I think I was still reading it when the teaser trailer of Off Campus came out, and I was like, oh my god, Velma, hottie. And I was like, Velma, Isaiah, question mark? Kept it like that, kept that thought in my head, did not share it with no one. And then obviously as the months pass, I got into a book slump, probably good, because I finished Play Along in February to March, I believe, in that time increment, I don't know. And then I started the spin-off, which was with Reese and Emmett, which is the manager of the team, the baseball team, and then Reese being the owner of the team, and their story and their spin-off, because it was quite interesting because it kind of like intertwined with that book, if I should say. Anyways, and so I got into a book slump. I didn't finish that book, and so I had to like kind of put it on a pause, and I put a pause a lot of books, FYI. And I think what burned me out was not that I hadn't found good book after book after book. It was that I was doing too many genres at once, because I was also simultaneously, as I was reading this series, I was also reading Wuthering Heights for book club. Very different, very tragic love story. One of my favorite books, if I should say. Very misunderstood. That's another rant. Anyways, I think I just got caught up. You got that? I got caught up with so many like universes and time frames and timelines that I had to get into, that I kind of just literally brought myself to that book slump where I just couldn't, like, I just would start a book but I just didn't feel like the motivation to read it, and I just, you know, the symptoms that you get. Anyways, so because of that, I stopped until now. Now it's July. I have finished a total of 3 books. I've listened to 2 and I've read 1. And I'm back, baby. I'm back and better than ever. That I have finished the spin-off of the Windy City series, and I've restarted the series again and reading Mile High, but now I'm reading it. I'm not listening to it. I'm not falling into that. And when I tell you, like, this whole rant was just for me to tell you, when I tell you that this man is sexy. This fucking Xanders is a sexy man. Like, you're telling me I'm 11% of the way in and I'm already giggly for this man. And I was like, oh. And also I'm kind of in my hockey vibe right now because of Off Campus, whoops, and other things that I have been in, whatever, I don't know what I'm trying to say, that I'm obsessed with this man. Like, I can't put this book down, and I have things to do, guys. Like, I have to meal prep, I have to edit the video for this coming week, and I have to finish editing for my podcast that I do with my sister. But this book is all consuming. This book is literally all consuming, and I'm obsessed. I started it last night for shits and giggles, and man, well, I'll tell you that I am having the shits and giggles because of this book. And I had to put it down because I was like, I need to go to sleep. It's 3 a.m. I finished the spin-off book, this one, and right off the bat I started this one, and I was like, I need to stop. I need to sleep. I need to wake up at a reasonable time, do my shit. But I'm just thinking about that book. And then I found 2 playlists on Spotify, because I like to listen to music that fans have created, or even the author themselves have created for this book, and get into the vibe that they were in when they're writing it. And I think that's what's gotten me more invested, especially because I got some Kaylani, some her in there. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Anyways, my rant is because I'm obsessed, and there'll probably be another one of the books that I finished, but I just need to talk to you guys about this because I fear that I'm gonna finish this book by the end of this week, and I'm gonna start the second one, because obviously we all know that Stevie's twin brother is the main lead for the second one, and Indy, who works with her, is also, and we're obsessed with them already, even though they haven't been together, if you know what I mean. Damn is all I have to say. I also want to talk about, I put my hair up because it's super hot in my apartment right now. Let me put this down. I'm watching One Tree Hill because I need a meal prep and I can't be trying to attempt to read this while I'm cutting vegetables. But I wanted to do a highlight of my slow cooker. This is probably my second time that I've used my slow cooker. My first time I did a vegan style like beef tortilla soup, if you can say. Pretty delicious. I did use chickpeas and chorizo and rice to do my ground beef. So I made rice because, as I again yapped about, I had so much things to do that I was like, I can't like cook and do all that stuff. And right now I have time to start prepping the other stuff that I need to do, but obviously I don't need to be here physically because I have my other appliances that I have here, my mini oven, I shall say, to do the rest for me. But I made white rice. But baby, when I tell you, I think I added a little bit too much water. My recipe usually is 2 cups of water for every cup of rice. And baby, I made this like white rice, like your typical white rice for sushi and stuff like that. But it smells divine. It smells divine. Like, I need to show you this. Like, divine. I added some Italian seasoning, some garlic, some pepper, and some salt. Just to add some flavor, not too much. I wish I had cilantro because I would have added cilantro. And I do have lime, but without the cilantro I just wouldn't make it. But that's delicious. It smells delicious. But I'm gonna move this to the side and I am going to start cutting my green beans to get them cooked in here and have that prepped. And while that's cooking in there, I'll be working over here. So yeah, I just want to talk to you about that because I'm literally, it smells so good, guys. It really does. And I'm watching One Tree Hill in the background. Ignore my dirty dishes, but One Tree Hill. Okay. We're gonna wash this first because no one's getting sick in my house. And by my house, I mean me and my sister. So we're gonna wash these. They're all washed, guys. I'm gonna start cutting them because we do not like them big like that. We like them a little bit skinnier, and this one just came like that. So we're not skinnier, but smaller. Probably half of that. And that way it's just easier to, when it comes to cutting or plating, it's just not that much of a bite. So that's what I'll be doing first, and then we'll season them, guys. Also, these recipes, they be coming from TikTok, they be coming from Pinterest, or just us, and us getting back into our healthy grind and meal prepping to save some money, you know, because we want to save some money where we can right now in the best way possible. Because the girl's got a lot of things she wants to buy. She can't be spending on food most of the time. She wants to spend it on books. Even though I have a Kindle, but I love physical books.